One of my first memories of Caitlin was when we were in a restaurant with both of our parents. And at one point, Caitlin got fed up, hard to believe, and announced that she was running away to Africa. I remember our dad cracking up and imitating the way Caitlin pronounced Africa. She said, "I'm running away to Africa." And looking back, it's obvious that he was really delighted by Caitlin, who even at that age 3 or 4, had a strong and distinctive personality, thought big, and didn't mince words. First time I met Calvin, we went to a Bob Dylan concert, and we talked about a few things. We talked about being a PhD student in history, we talked about John Lennon, we talked about Reconstruction, the election of 1864, we talked about playing guitar, and I thought, wow, I can really relate to Calvin. I really click with him. If my sister weren't dating him, I'd hope that I'd be able to meet him and be friends with him.
I always hear people say, marriage is 50-50, everybody has to give their half. That's not the case. Marriage is 100%, 100%, right? That's my advice to you tonight. You have to give it your all. Tonight and this weekend is the most amazing weekend of your lives. You've led up this amazing year of falling in love and preparing for this, but this is just the beginning. And there's so much more to look forward to, and the more you work at it, the more you remind yourself every day how you fell in love, the better it will be.
Caitlin's father was the lawyer, confidant, and very good friend to the original founder and creator of the art collection here. They also had one of their first dates here, and this place is just a beautiful, meaningful place, both for Caitlin's family and now for Calvin and Caitlin together.
Caitlin, your father waited a long time for a girl. He was totally enthralled by you. You surprised him and made him laugh every day. He adored you. And though he was present for such a few years of your life, together he and I had many hopes for you. Of course, we wanted you to be a happy and healthy child. We loved your sense of wonder and hoped you would never lose your capacity to dream, to see things not only as they are, but as what they could be. You are still the most creative person I know, and I marvel at your insights, your perceptions, along with the depth and breadth of your interests.
Calvin, we closed our eyes, but for a moment, and suddenly a man stood where a boy used to be. We might not carry you in our arms now, but we will always carry you in our heart. You have given us so many reasons to be proud of the man you have become. But the proudest moments for us is telling others that you are our son.
Waking up in me, can't hide, I can't hide. Doesn't matter where
I was a sophomore who wanted a single room, way too good for a freshman, and they matched me up with a freshman roommate. I was not happy, and frankly, I tried everything I could do to convince the university to give me my own room. Eventually, I had to face up to it. I was getting a random freshman roommate. A few days later, in comes Nancy and Caitlin, and as you can imagine from knowing Caitlin, I quickly went from being weary about a freshman roommate to having someone that I immediately connected with. We had a blast through the year we lived together, and we developed a bond that has clearly stood the test of time.
inside me, there are things that I can't bear.
She was always an active child, beautiful child, and she's just done a beautiful job in getting herself a wonderful husband and getting herself a career. And I spent time with Caitlin, and she's special, and therefore Calvin has to be special too.
Thought that I could make it right, that there was something I could find. Without you, I've been low and lost without.
When I met Caitlin, I never saw such a change in Calvin. Such a physical change in happiness. I'm not trying to sound corny. We hung out and he was happy. You know, he smiled. It was great.
Bessie is fabulous, really. To have every friend in the world that's close to her to come to this today here for a wedding is most unusual.
I just see them holding hands, going to a football game, raising children, and just enjoying life. Because Caitlin's got a laugh that's like a giggle, and she lights up the room. And I'm sure their love will spread to both of them, and they both will have smiles along the way.
I've always kind of viewed my friendships as extended parts of myself. People who I know beyond a shadow of a doubt will always be there for me and will love me no matter what. These things I knew as fact within months of knowing Caitlin. So, of course, with all that said, I was a little jealous when Calvin came into the picture. I was like, okay, all right, so I might be potentially being replaced, but it's okay. But again, when my jealousy shifted to everlasting love, my person had found her person, someone that she loved beyond a shadow of a doubt, and somebody that would always be there for her. So I wish you all the happiness and joy in the world, and I'm congratulating you on starting this new journey as one. So, l'chaim.
My mom many years ago saw a psychic, and that psychic told her, this is previous to Caitlin and Calvin ever meeting, that Calvin would have 2 girls with red hair. And my mom thought she was crazy because my brother, he had never dated anyone with red hair and he didn't know anybody with red hair. And we for sure thought that would never happen. We kind of laugh today because maybe that psychic was a little right because Caitlin's hair is real. So I do see kids. I know it's really important to them. That's, I think, one of the most amazing things about Caitlin and Calvin. They're on the same page about that, and Calvin hasn't had that before. He's 7 years younger, so I was basically an only child for a long time. He came around. I was a little unhappy, tried to run away, but then we became best friends. As a young child, he was definitely a rambunctious child, and he got away with a lot, but we had a lot of fun together. We used to make videos together. We had a little mini band going in our house.
I think there are a lot of traits and tendencies that Caitlin had as a kid that are still with her today. She was always fearless. She always dived into things with both feet. She always thought big. She never looked before she leaped. And a lot of those traits really continue to define her. Her passion, her commitment, her drive, her energy, and her real willingness to pursue things and follow them through, work hard for them. And as I said, to dive into everything she does with both feet.
You look so beautiful.
I love you. I can't believe that we're doing this right now.
It looks so pretty.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
There's something very interesting in the Shema in this section of the Torah. The ayin and the dalet are both enlarged in the scroll. So the rabbis ask why? Why is this here? We have 2 letters emboldened. Well, ayin and dalet spell the word witness. Because there's an idea within our faith, within our beliefs, that there's something about witnessing our partner do great things, being a witness to really being present when we hear what they say, right? Like the Shema says, "Hear, O Israel." So the hope for the 2 of you is that you always are really hearing each other, really not just listening like background noise, but really taking a moment. And as it comes to a ketubah, which comes from the Hebrew word katav, which means to write. This is one of the most ancient documents. By the way, this ensures a woman's right. Our tradition has been doing it for thousands of years. So the two of you signing this gorgeous, gorgeous ketubah, you are linking yourselves to what Jews have been doing for literally thousands of years. Mazel tov! Okay.
We're thrilled that she has finally found someone who loves her and appreciates what she is. A beautiful, lovely young woman who will make a wonderful wife and mother.
Seeing Caitlin get married to somebody that obviously loves and respects and admires her, but also somebody whom she obviously respects and admires and has those strong and passionate feelings for, is incredibly gratifying, I think, for me and probably for everyone in the family.
I can see it in your eyes. What I know in my heart is true. But our love, it has faded.
To see Caitlin find someone who's really her equal, who can keep up with her, who can challenge her, who can compliment her, who can provide balance, whom she trusts enough to really listen to, ask questions of, share herself with. It just means so much to all of us to see that they found each other and that they're making this commitment to spend their lives together. And I think we all feel lucky because it means that Calvin's in our family and in our lives as well.
We're gonna go where we can shine.
The ceremony was incredibly moving, and I think everyone saw that when I gave a speech the night before about my sister and about Calvin. It was quite emotional. It was hard for me to get through it at times. And those same emotions came back watching the ceremony, watching them express their commitment for each other, watching the obvious rightness of the union that they're entering into.
No matter how cold the horizon appeared, or how far the first night when I
Today's a celebration. Celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, of family, and of two people who are in it forever. You don't have to have a ceremony to have a marriage. So why do we do it? The marriage ceremony has been an important feature across nearly every culture, religion, generation, and society. We have thousands of important moments that happen throughout our lives, but this one is regarded as one so critical. We acknowledge its special status by sharing it with others. Why this moment? Because despite all of our differences, love is what we all share. It's the great unifier, our universal truth. That no matter who we are, where we've come from, and what we believe, we know this one thing. We have all loved in our lifetimes, and in this moment, we're reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of humanity.
I think he sees somebody that accepts him for every bit of him and everything he embodies. She loves him unconditionally, but she also just adores everything that he's into. She loves everything from his love of animals to his love of history. They could sit around and just talk about his work. He loves that she's so into his work. He feels the same way about her work, and they couldn't be more different. You know, he's a professor, she's a therapist. They have such a love for their animals. They love to travel together. And I just think that he sees somebody that he can be himself with.
Through the windows of midnight, moon falls silver.
Since knowing you, I have learned to be more patient, more kind, and more loving, 3 of the many qualities I love most about you. I've never met someone so genuine and so pure in your heart and the way you offer love. I have fun with you every day, and I look forward to getting to go home every night because I get to go home to you. You truly are my best friend, and I can't believe I get to spend the rest of my life with you. I promise to continue treasuring you and all that we are together. I also promise to always keep my pinky swears to you and to let you kiss my ears every day. You have my heart, and I promise you always will.
Caitlin, you have made me feel more loved than I ever thought possible. I feel more alive with you than I have ever been. From our first date and first kiss, I felt an instant connection with you and knew this was something very special. I love that you and I will spend the rest of our lives together. Somehow my life has come to this amazing moment, and now I will always share it with you. I promise to stand by you, take care of you, and love you unconditionally for the rest of our lives. You truly are my best friend and the love of my life. I love you so much, Caitlin.
May this love between you be strong and enduring and bring peace into your lives.
May you be blessed with a loving home filled with warmth, humor, and compassion. May you create a family together that honors traditions old and new.
May you respect each other's individual personality and perspective and give each other room to grow in fulfilling your dreams.
May you be blessed with wisdom. May you continually learn from one another and from the world. Together, may you grow, deepening your knowledge and understanding of each other and of your journey through life.
May you keep each other well balanced and grounded, and live long that you may share many happy years together.
May your life be blessed with art and beauty of this world. May your creative aspirations and experiences find expression, inspire you, and bring you joy and fulfillment.
May you find happiness together in adventures big and small, and something to celebrate each day of your lives.
May there always be within the group love, trust, support, and laughter. And may there be so many further future occasions for rejoicing in their company.
What happens when you break a glass? Thousands of pieces, hundreds, thousands, who knows, so many pieces, some smaller than the eye may be able to see. Says that marriage and the commitment you make is not something that can, once you step into this new realm, into this beautiful chuppah, it's not something easily to put back together and roll back time. So may the shards of glass remind you that are sharp and can be painful. That you will nevertheless always work together to put it back and make it whole. Whenever you're ready. Mazel tov! You may kiss your bride.
Nothing really allowed me to know who Calvin is until I played hockey with him. If you look at Calvin, he doesn't look that athletic. To be honest. I mean, I went into the team and I was like, okay, I don't know when he's going to get picked. But then when we started playing, and it really took me a long time to describe what he is playing hockey, and probably it is a bowling ball with arms. Just back and forth, right? He'll never score, but you know he's got energy, you know? He's for the team.
Yeah, back in the USSR. Back in USSR. Back in the USSR. Show me red, your snowback mountain, we down south. Take me to your daddy's farm. Let me hear your balalaikers ringing out. Come and keep your comrade warm. Back in the USSR. You know how lucky you are, boys. Back in the USSR. Let's hear for Calvin.